Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturdays with Steph. As you can see, today I have two special guests with me, and I'll get to those gals in a minute. I'm so excited for you guys to meet them if you haven't met them yet. But today I'm really, really thrilled to be bringing you my Whirling Wonder pattern, my brand new pattern. I put this out about the middle of September and had a little few delays in sewing it, but that's okay because now I'm totally prepared and I've got some friends here to sew along with me. So I want to introduce you to them, and I'm going to go ahead and start with my good friend Bev and let you meet her. So go ahead, Bev.
Okay. Hi, I'm Bev Carnes. I'm living in Ephrata, Pennsylvania now, not in Florida anymore. Thank goodness I got out of there before all of the hurricanes.
Yeah.
That was quite a thing, but I still watched them so closely. And I am sewing the kit as is, but my color choices for my squares might be different than what you have on your picture.
Wonderful. And what Bev is talking about is I did have a kit for this. The kits are sold out, but the pattern you can still grab. And it was the Dainty Daisy from My So Quilt. No, I'm going to get her name wrong. Her name's Heather Briggs, the designer, and I can't think of what her shop is called now, but My So Quilting Life or something like that. So that's what Bev is sewing with. And that's the same fabrics that I designed on the pattern.
Right.
So Julie.
Hi, I'm Julie. I'm from Arkansas, born and bred here from the South, and discovered Stephanie, I guess, quite a few months ago, and she has encouraged me to really move forward, and I'm excited. I've done a couple of her patterns, and this one that we're going to do today, I'm doing fall colors.
Ooh.
I absolutely love this pattern, and I'll give you kind of an example. I don't know if you can see this very well, but what I did is made, for instance, like this would be the petals, this busy green here of one block would be like this, but the inside has this green, and I don't think the camera will do it justice, but it has little tiny dots all over it, so it has some texture.
Nice.
Yeah. And then the background, I'm just using it almost like a muslin color.
Okay.
And so I'm excited that everybody's here to join us, and it's going to be a great time.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, both of you, for joining me today. It's always more fun to sew with friends.
Yes.
Yes.
So, like these ladies, like Julie, obviously Bev picked the same fabrics, but hers is still going to look different than mine because she picked different fabrics than I picked. So I would love for you guys, if you're sewing this at home, to go to my Facebook group, post some pictures. I love, as a designer, it's really, really fun to see my patterns in different fabrics. So I'd love for you guys to post there. Let's see. I want to say hi to everybody in the chat, and then we will get going on sewing. These girls can already start if they like, and I think you have a little bit.
Okay,
So Carl was here, and he is at work right now, but he said he's going to come back. So thank you, Carl, for taking the time out of your work day to say hi. And Karen Cox from Ohio is here. Hi, Karen. Linda's here. Tamala, who lives just 10 minutes down the road from me, is here. And Russ. Hi, Russ. Good to see you. So Russ.
Hi, Russ.
Russ is one of our friends here on YouTube of Quilt Meets World. If you do exclamation Russ, if you don't mind putting that in the chat, you can find his channel. His channel is growing. He's funnier than all get out if you like dad jokes. Check him out. And Russ is also having some sew days. Every now and again, he's having his shenanigans on what he calls shenanigan sew days. So lots of great things over at Russ's channel. So definitely check him out. Gia's here. Hi, Gia. She said she's driving home to Montana. She just left the So Yeah retreat. And I can't wait to hear her stories. Diana Corday's here. Hi, Diana. She's from Bermuda. Goodness, there's people all over here. Candace is here. Hi there, Candace. And Shelly. Hey. Math Geek Shelby's here. Designing Jay is here. Joanna. Candace says, Bev, my best friend lives in Ephrata. Small world.
Oh, how about that?
Very cool. Yeah.
Who is it?
I don't know. She didn't put that, but that's cool. Jeannie's here. Hi, Ingrid. Welcome. And Gina's here. Bettina's here. Oh, Cynthia. Hi, how are you? She said, hey, fellow quilters. Saw you on Stevens. Yes, my good friend Stephen Bland of the Idiot Quilter. Yes, he calls himself that. He had a wonderful virtual retreat today, and it was just it was a great day. And so if you weren't able to get on the retreat this time, he has one every fall and every spring. I can highly recommend it. And Julie was there, so I think she'll probably say the same thing.
Yes.
It was a great day. There were some great presenters, and we had a panel discussion and just lots of fun, creative minds coming together. So that was great. Charlotte's here. Welcome, Charlotte and Christina. Hey, Philippa. Oh my gosh, girl, you're still up. She stayed up all night with us on the retreat. I can't believe she's still awake. Karen Cox said, I have one block done and working on the second, really enjoying them. And Charlotte said she got this pattern yesterday. Awesome. And Kelly's Quilting Cruises is here. Hi, Kelly. And Robert's here. Hey, Robert. And Joanna said it was a great day at Stephen's retreat. It was. All right. It looks like I caught everybody. So I'm going to show you one block that's done. And these girls have some done too. And my fabrics are very pastel-y because, like I said, I'm using the designers. And this one was kind of out of the box for me. I don't usually use pastel-y colors, but just there was at the time that I designed this and I saw this fabric, I was going through some health things and it was just so calm and peaceful, this fabric, that it called to me. So I really enjoyed it. Let's see. Oh, Stacy's here. Bronca's here. So as you girls sew up things, if you want to show some blocks or things like that, we'd love to see them.
Okay. It'll be a few minutes before I get one done.
No worries.
I have 2 of them ready.
Oh, wonderful.
Oh, good. Let's see.
Okay.
And in the meantime, Robert says, hi, Julie.
Robert.
Beautiful. That's gorgeous.
In peach.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
look
it.
at that.
And then I have one in blue.
Oh,
lovely.
beautiful. Oh,
nice.
I got to get going.
Kelly said, I think the fabric you're using is pretty, Stephanie. Thank you. I love it too. It's just, I don't usually use this pale of colors, but I love it. It's just so calming.
It is.
So I'm going to talk a little bit, and I don't mean to embarrass Bev, but a lot of you know Bev because she's been on my channel before, and she is a dear friend to me besides an amazing quilter. And what I want to talk about really quick is I'm going to ask our quilting community to think about her, whether you're a praying person or not, but think about her on Tuesday because Bev is having a surgery, and I will let her disclose if she would like what that surgery is. But I love her to death, and everything that's in me is wishing her the best possible outcome. So
thank you, Stephanie. And I will take every prayer and positive thought I can get. And I am having a kidney removed. There's been a cyst on this kidney for more than a decade that they told me was harmless. And then last year, for some reason, it became harmful. So now we're taking it out.
yes. And that's a good thing. I'm glad they're get it out so you can heal and we can have more fun.
Yes.
That's right. Lots more retreats.
Oh, yes.
Well, you got
All
this, girl, and you're in our prayers.
Thank you.
Yes. Let's see. Kelly said she likes your blue one, Bev.
Thank you.
And Shelby said she likes everybody's fabric choices. Hi, Susie. Good to see you. Thank you so much to everybody who was at Stephen's retreat today and came over. I know it's a really long day, so I appreciate that. So the first thing we're going to do, and I forgot to save one aside because I did make these ahead of time. I didn't make all my blocks. Is you're going to take your accent square, and I'm not going to give you guys the sizes. If you want to get the sizes, you'll have to grab my pattern. It's in my shop. And if you do exclamation shop, Russ, if you could put that in for me, you can find this pattern in my Etsy shop. But the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your accent squares and you're going to add it to the right-hand side of 16 of your background rectangles. And then you're going to sew from the top left to the bottom right. And then after you've sewn that, you're gonna trim it 1/4 inch away and then flip it and press it. So you're gonna have 16 pieces just like this. And then we're gonna make a whole bunch of half square triangles. So these will come into play later when we build our blocks. So I'm going to put that aside for now, and I'm going to go ahead and grab some of the pieces for the half square triangles. All right.
There we go.
Susie said, I'm exhausted. I sewed through Steven's Zoom. Awesome. That means you got a lot done. So this block that I'm making, I'm using this sort of peachy pink color. And you should have per block a center color and then a petal color. This is my petal color, and these two are the same size. So I'm going to use 2 background squares. So I'll grab those 2. And we're going to do the 8 at a time method, because this many half square triangles, if we did them 1 at a time or 2 at a time, I mean, man, we'd be here forever. So we're going to do the 8 at a time method, and this size allows you to make them and also trim them down so you can get perfect half square triangles. And that's usually the way I write patterns, because we're not all perfect with our 1/4 inch, you know, there's a little wiggle room there. So we're going to go ahead and sew these. And the way to do the 8 at a time method, if you've never done it before, although I suspect most of you have, is you draw a line corner to corner on the back of your background fabric, which I've already done. And then you're going to sew on both sides of both lines. So let's go ahead and do that first. Oh, thank you, Ingrid. Appreciate it. And Charlotte is sending you good wishes, Bev.
Oh, thank you so much, Charlotte.
Part of the discussion that you missed today, Bev, where we were all talking about the quilting community and how everybody supports each other and everything. And that's one of the things I love about the quilting community.
It is. There's not very many organizations where you can have people be close-knit even when they don't know each other or when they've never met each other. But the common ground that we have in quilting brings us all together for whatever need there is.
Yes.
We were talking a lot about too the mental health aspect of it, how like quilting is somewhat of a solitary sort of activity, but having the Zoom and the YouTubes and things like that brings us all together and sort of helps, especially like if you live alone, like Bev lives alone. And like I said, Bev and I have become really good friends, but we still don't live right next to each other, but this way we can connect.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, interesting fact, my cousin that I have not seen for years and years and years lives not too far from Stephanie, and in fact was in Quilting Guild with her.
Yes.
Oh wow.
I didn't know it at the time, but her and I were kind of the 2 newbies to the Quilting Guild, and neither of us belong to that guild anymore because they were not very nice to us. They were very cliquey, but her and I became really good friends, and I had no clue until Bev posted something on one of her cousins' posts on Facebook that they were cousins. And I was like, how do you know her? And she goes, well, I'm her cousin. And I was like, no, that can't be. I mean, what a small world. And that was quilting that brought us all together.
I'm looking forward to April and getting, she can't come to the retreat, but we're going to get together and have dinner or something while I'm there.
Wonderful.
That's great.
You should tell her to come over on the weekend and stop by the retreat. That would be great. I'd love to see her. It's been a while.
Okay, I'll do
Yeah.
that. There's my center one. This is the one that has all 4 green.
Nice.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Nice,
And
nice,
you,
nice.
it's really the real pale colors.
Yeah.
And I wanted that to be the foundation in the middle.
Nice.
Stephanie, did Carl post his colors? Because I seen where he said he would surprise you.
Now he's gonna surprise me, and he's at work right now, so I'm anxious for him to get off work.
Me too.
And make a block and share.
Yes, I'm right there.
He's like the type that challenges me, that makes me go, huh, I never thought of that, because his colors are always so out of my wheelhouse.
Yes.
But his stuff is beautiful.
Yeah.
But
That's
things
why I
I
was
never
excited.
in my wildest dreams would have thought of, but so cool.
Yeah, that green and magenta or whatever, that thing was beautiful.
It was cool. Yes. Let's see. Carrie's here. Hi, Carrie. Celie's here. Welcome. Great to see you again. And she said this is another beautiful pattern, Stephanie. Thank you. Hi, Joanne. Great to see you. Sylvia says it's common ground to me. Yes, it is. It brings together people all over the world from different cultures, different backgrounds. I just love what quilting does. Yeah. Let's see. Charlotte said, I have my fabrics picked out, but can't find the name of it on any of the salvages. It's the colorway Cotton Cuts called Moonlit for their Tree of Life quilt. I don't know which one that is, but that sounds really intriguing.
Oh, the Cotton Cuts Tree of Life that we did, the mystery quilt.
Yeah, the one she said was called Moonlit. I'm not sure which one that was, but I'll have to take a peek when we're done.
The one called what?
Moonlit?
Oh, no, I don't have Moonlit.
Gladys is here. Hi, Gladys. Kelly said, I'm going to head to the sewing room. Happy quilting, all. You as well.
I enjoyed seeing Lydia and Sue's sewing rooms.
Oh, yeah. That was fun.
That was. Gave me lots of ideas, and I thought, oh no, here we go.
I have to say, I was so impressed. I mean, how organized Lydia is.
Oh.
Somebody mentioned her going into the business of organizing sewing rooms. I need her to come do mine.
Oh yeah, it would be well worth it.
I still have boxes on the floor.
Yeah. Well, you just moved. Everywhere. You have an excuse.
Yeah.
Those of us who have been in our studios for a while and we haven't moved don't have the excuse, but we still have boxes. Hi, Landa. Great to see you. Bettina. Oh, thank you. Bettina said thumbs up, please. I appreciate that. Thank you. Y'all are the best. Hi, Lydia. She said, sorry, a tad late. Oh, no worries. Thank you for coming. I know we were all at Stevens all day, so everybody's tired. So I appreciate y'all coming. All right, now that we've got our squares sewn together, sewn on each side of both lines. We're gonna cut them apart. Yeah, we're crazy like that. We're sewing together just to cut apart again. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it vertically through the X and then horizontally through the X. And then we're gonna cut on the diagonal lines after that.
Okay. So.
And then y'all know what's gonna happen next. Now you have to press all of these and trim them up. So
Or you do like me and just pull out some from the pile so you can see one block finished.
yes, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do one block together first with everyone, or I am. That way you guys can see how to put one together, and then you can start making, you can either make all your half square triangles first, or you can do one at a time. Sometimes it's easier, I don't know what you guys think, to do one at a time so you can see progress. How do you guys do it? Do you like to do all your half square triangles first, or do you like to do one block at a time?
No, I usually like to get all of it done and then sit down and sew.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep. I like to cut everything, get all the pieces made, and then lay them out so that then all I have to do is start putting it all together.
Nice.
But I'm anxious to see one block put together.
block.
So I'm working along with you on that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Oops.
Well, knowing I was going into the hospital, I did not want to be in there thinking about all of this that needs done. So I did a little bit ahead of time.
Girl, that is the last thing you should be thinking about.
Well, it keeps my mind off of everything else.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Yeah. And Celie said she likes to do one block at a time, please. Russ said, I thought quilting was cutting up fabric only to sew it back together again, not sewing fabric only to cut it again. It's supposed to be, but have you met me, Russ? That's why they call me the half square triangle queen. No problem, Shelby. All right, so I'm just finger pressing these guys right now, and then I'm gonna shoot them with the magic juice. And then we'll give them a good press.
Love the magic juice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There was like 5 people on Stephen's retreat today that were like, thanks to Stephanie with the magic juice. I'm like, yes, I'm creating a nation of magic juice users.
Did you notice, Stephanie, you probably don't remember, when I ordered from you, I made sure I ordered the last 2 bottles you had before you restocked.
You sure did.
I did. I was afraid I didn't want to run out. I like that stuff.
I do too.
It's amazing.
I learned about it years ago before it ever came to the States, when it was only in Canada, and I ordered it because I tried it and it was a little bit pricey because it was from Canada. With the shipping, not the actual product, but because of the shipping. And once I tried it, it didn't matter. I just got it anyway because it was so good.
Yeah.
And then it only was like another year before it came to the States and I was able to get it. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for carrying it in your shop.
Oh, yeah.
That makes it so much easier for us.
Oh, Lydia said, can you show what pattern you're working on at the moment? Sure. Let me find my cover page. It is my pattern, one of mine that I've written, and it's called Whirling Wonder. Just need to find the...
I have mine right here if you want me to hold it up.
Oh, sure. Do you have it in color?
Yes.
Perfect. Let me spotlight you then. There we go. That's my Whirling Wonder pattern. and it's my newest pattern, and it's in my shop. And it's a 65 by 65 inch quilt. Thank you, Bev.
You're welcome.
Perfect.
And the instructions are fantastic.
Thank you.
I do. That's why, like I said, Stephanie, I'm on fire because I can understand your patterns and they're written for visual learners like me.
Thank you.
And that makes a difference.
I really enjoy writing them, and I try to write my patterns so that they appeal to beginners, or beginners can do them, but they also appeal to a non-beginner.
Right. I'm going to do the cozy quilt. You know, you've seen my blue and white one. I want to do it in red and white. Of course, I'll use my scraps. And I think this time the background I'm going to do in different whites, like white on whites.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, I thought about that. Now I've already got my reds pressed and ready, kind of in the same colorway like I did my blues. And then I thought the background, I've got a whole fat quarter bundle of those white on whites that I got from Soya.
Oh, nice. That'll be so neat.
So I think that'll add a lot of movement to it also.
Yep. Oh, I can't wait to see it in red and white. That's going to be great.
Yes, I think it will be.
Our friend Ingrid, who's here in the chat, she was making hers in red, white, and blue, like Americana. And so I can't wait to see what that looks like.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ingrid, get on it.
Yeah.
You've been called out, Ingrid.
No, sweetheart. She's been working herself to death at work, so she hasn't had time to sew anything. But when she does, I can't wait to see what that looks like.
I didn't realize, Lydia, that you had such an involved job, but you do. Okay. Now what do I do?
Celie said that's the perfect size quilt for me. Awesome. And if you guys want the quilt bigger, it's really easy to make it bigger. You just make more blocks.
Or make a bigger border.
Yep. Or if you like a rectangular quilt, you can just add another row of blocks.
I like it because whenever I cuddle up under it, it goes over my toes and up under my chin. The 60-inch ones, I have to turn catty corner because you don't quite make it.
Yep, just a few inches short.
Yep.
But 65 inches is perfect for us on the shorter side, ladies.
Or those of us that have shrunk.
Susie said, I bought a couple of patterns that had horrible instructions. I'm wondering how they can do that. Well, I sort of touched a smidgen on that during the panel discussion with Stephen's retreat, but that is the one downside to technology, is because it's really easy to draw up a pattern and to make it look wonderful. There's a big difference between drawing a pattern and actually technically writing a pattern to where people can understand it. And that's where usually the issues lie. It's usually in the quilt math. It's usually in the technical writing of the pattern. It takes a lot to learn how to do that and to develop that skill. So that's usually where I see patterns that kind of go wrong. And it's a shame because usually those patterns are very beautiful, but then the instructions are just not quite there. Ingrid said, maybe that is what I will bring to work on in Georgia. Ooh, that would be awesome. Does the kit have enough fabric to add another row of blocks, said Gia, because she grabbed the kit from me. You have enough extra fat eighths to make some more blocks, you will need more background fabric. But if you need that, Gia, let me know. Jenna said, hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late. No problem. Welcome. Glad to see you here. So this part that I'm doing right now, pressing all these half square triangles, and then I'm going to have to trim them down. This is the longest part of the block. I promise. After you get these done, the block goes together really quickly.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do get my pattern, the one hint I'm going to give you is that some of the blocks, that accent piece that were sewing in step 1, this guy here with the green in my picture, in some of the blocks, you only need 1 accent green. Some of them you need 2, and one of them you need 4. So you just need to pay attention to that in the pattern. Decide which blocks you're going to want where in your quilts. But other than that, there's nothing else tricky about this. It's really just, it's time because it's making all these half square triangles.
I used to be intimidated with the half square triangles, but since I've learned from you, I'm not, and I actually like them now.
I was gonna say, since you did the Cozy Star, you're so used to half square triangles now.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is no problem. I do. I really actually like them.
Good.
Yeah.
They are the building blocks to so many quilt blocks. So
Mm-hmm.
once you've learned those and flying geese, you can make just about any block.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like the perfectly slotted trimmer to trim my. I used to like what's the other one? The
block lock?
Yeah, the block lock. But I like the slotted trimmer better because I don't have to press it before I trim it off, and it seems to hold its size and shape better.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one too. When I'm doing my own quilts off screen, I use that one too. I always use just a regular ruler on screen in case people at home don't have that. But if I could recommend one specialty ruler, that would be it. Lydia said, I don't think I have enough projects on the go yet. I'm going to add this pattern to my pile. Well, thank you, Lydia. I'm honored for that. I know that we all have so many projects, so thank you guys for choosing my pattern. But I know exactly what you mean. I have so many projects going right now. I wish that I had one of those brains where I could do one project from start to finish before I start another one. But I have these squirrel moments and I go, oh, pretty.
Yeah, me too.
Like whoever it was that talked me into dragon fruit, I can't remember who it was. It was a subscriber. I'm so thrilled that I have it. But when it arrived, I was like, what were you thinking? You did not need another project. But
and
as
that's
of
what
today,
I did. You enabled me today.
I was going to say, as of today, Julie purchased it. Ingrid purchased it. I need to get a commission from Fat Quarter Shop.
We got to work on Russ.
Yep.
That's so his colors.
It is definitely.
And he loves Tula, so.
Yep.
Or if I find it too difficult to me, he may find that in the mail. I may be shipping it to him.
Well, I chased a squirrel when I went after Rob Appell's Borrowed Time quilt.
Oh, that one's gorgeous. Yep.
Yep, I got to show you. This is the quilt.
Oh, bring it a little closer. And I'm going to spotlight you, so hang on. There we go.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Very nice.
Gorgeous?
It's gorgeous. Of course, you guys know I love Rob. He's a good friend, and I love his fabrics. So anything that he designs is amazing. He's so artistic.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm doing right now,
pretty. Oops, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
sorry. Okay. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just squaring up my half square triangles. So I'm using the 45-degree line on a regular ruler. If you've got a specialty ruler and you want to use it that you can use to square up half square triangles and you know how to use it, go for it. I'm going to use this one just because I know there are people out there that don't have specialty rulers. So you're just lining up that line right on your sew line, and then you're going to trim it to the size stated in the pattern. All right, Julie, go ahead.
I didn't. Oh, are Rob's? I just love his personality. Are his patterns pretty simple to follow?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh gosh, here I go again.
And if you like bright colors, his fabric is so cool.
And it sells out fast.
Yes, it does.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
In fact, I ordered all the fabric for that quilt. Now, it was like I didn't see his YouTube until about a month later. But when I ordered all the fabric to do the quilt, there were 2 of them that they were out of stock. So they had to substitute something else for me.
Okay. So, Bettina said she got the slotted ruler. Awesome. And Shelby's back. Hi, Shelby.
Hi, Shelby.
Susie said I was wondering because I'm not new to quilting, but scratched my head over on newer modern quilt designers. Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not sure why they're not being edited better before they publish them. I mean, we can make mistakes. I've made mistakes on mine where I've written a word wrong or something, but the general overall patterns are usually pretty clean. So I'm not sure why they're not being edited better, but yeah. Russ said, I'm still trying to talk myself out of dragon fruit. It's not working.
We support you wholeheartedly.
Right? Come join us, Russ.
It would not be the same without Russ.
I was going to say, you're going to get it. Ingrid's going to get it. Russ is going to get it. We think we should just do a sew day when the next month comes.
Yes.
What is dragon fruit? Okay, you've talked about it twice now that I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-oh.
So it is a quilt that it's a block of the month quilt from Fat Quarter Shop, and it uses Tula Peak fabrics. So it's her nice, pretty colors, but without the weird patterns. Like, I'm sorry if you guys like Tula. Okay. I don't dislike her stuff. I just don't like the weird faces. And it uses all like Tula's basics, which are bright and pretty without her different patterns. I'll call them different instead of weird. And it's all done with like the log cabin and courthouse steps papers that are like similar to FPP. So you get like perfect log cabins and perfect courthouse steps and perfect, I think there's a snail trail block and like that. So.
Okay, I gotta do it.
Welcome aboard.
Yay. And Ingrid said she couldn't resist it. Yes. Awesome. And Brenda's here from Kentucky. Welcome. Sylvia said, Quilt Meets World, I'm almost done with, I think she meant this month. It's so bright and beautiful. And Landa said, Rob's patterns are not written as fast as he talks. That's funny. Yeah, Rob is a fast talker, but it's because he has so much energy and he just wants to get it all out to everybody, which is really kind of cool.
Yes.
The one thing I love about Rob is he loves to share with the quilting community, and he doesn't care. I mean, obviously most people know Rob Appell's name, right? He's pretty big in the industry, and he doesn't care if you're somebody or if you're nobody. He wants to talk to you about quilting, and I love that about him.
Yes.
He just wants to share his gift with everyone. So
I remember when he was back with Jenny on the Missouri Star. That's when I first heard of him.
Yep.
And I could just, his personality, he's so neat.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, exciting, I guess you could say.
Yes. He is. He's very dynamic personality, and he has actually become a very good friend to me. We text each other once a week, do a
That's
friend check-in.
oh,
He's just he's just a nice guy. I really enjoy him.
I
So,
love that.
yep.
There again, that's the quilting community, like we
Mhm.
talked.
Yep. And he invited me. He's got a small group of trusted quilter friends. He calls the All-Stars.
Yep.
And if you guys watch his Fridays, sometimes he'll wear his All-Star jersey. And he invited me to be an All-Star.
Congratulations.
Yay!
Oh, how exciting.
I'm very excited. I get my jersey in a few weeks. I can't wait to wear it.
Oh, Stephanie, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, did you ever imagine you would be going places like you are now?
No,
When
never.
you started? Never.
Nope. And I've worked really, really hard in this industry. It's a tough industry to be in for the business side of it.
Right.
And I finally feel like the hard work is paying off. And I've got a really great group of not only professional, but personal friends from this whole journey. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just enriched my life so much.
Oh, that's so awesome to hear. I love it.
I'm chasing a squirrel. I'm ordering it.
Yay! Okay. Now, I don't do all the fancy, Cameron. I'm talking to Stephanie and Russ. So you two need to put your heads together and figure out a day we could all do this.
Yes, that would be great. That would be great.
That would be amazing.
Once our lovely Bev is healed up.
Yes.
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 I'm
It would
hoping
not
that
be the
won't
same.
take long.
I'm hoping not either.
No.
Stephen popped in. Hey, Stephen. Glad to
Hi,
see you.
Stephen.
Your
Hey,
ears must have
Stephen.
been burning because we've been talking about your retreat.
Yep. What an amazing day, Stephen. I can't say thank you enough.
Yep. Landa said he's humble too and not cocky. You're exactly right. He is very humble. We're talking about Rob Appell. He's a very good person, and I like that about him.
Mm-hmm.
He could have let all that fame go to his head, and he did not.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Russ said, okay, dragon fruit has been ordered.
Oh, Russ, you are awesome. You're the best.
And then Shelby Math Geek said, she said 2 enabled, so she must have ordered 1 too.
Okay,
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. Everybody who has ordered dragon fruit, send me an email if you order dragon fruit, and we will all, as a group, figure out how to sew it together, because that would be fun.
That would be exciting.
Yes.
Boy, this is going to be a big step for me, but I'm willing to dive in.
But Tina said, where do you order? It's through the Fat Quarter Shop. It's called Dragon Fruit, and it is a Tula Pink quilt. Yeah, but you have to go to Fat Quarter Shop.
But now it's only the registration fee that you're getting charged right now, right? And then each block of the month you'll pay as the month comes.
Correct.
Right. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something.
Yep. And they just sent out the first month. So you guys should get yours, you should get a notification in a few days, I would assume.
Okay.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Now, when you guys went over, it didn't say like anything like out of stock or anything, right?
Nope.
No.
Okay, good. I'm telling all these people and I'm like, oh, wait, hopefully they still have some.
They may not now that, we've let the cat out of the bag. Yay.
You're welcome, Bettina. Steven said, Walter and I were out for a walk, had to clear my head, and now I'm drinking wine, which may not clear my head, but it won't hurt either.
Nah, you deserve it.
Well, you deserve it, Steven. That's a lot of work keeping up with almost 100 folk all day long, and you do a great job of moderating. And thank you again so much for your generosity with all the prizes and bringing everybody together. That was great.
It was. It was amazing. And my first retreat, with
Yay!
Stephen. I've been waiting 2 years. Burned the husband's breakfast just to make sure I could get online.
Awesome.
Well, my goodness, where in the world is it?
I think a cup of coffee sounds really good right now, but then I'd probably be up half the night.
Yeah, it's a little late for that.
I know. Landa said, I like Tula's dragon breath and unicorn poop fabric. I've forgotten it was called that.
What?
And Charlotte says, today was wonderful, Stephen. And Stephen said, I enjoy it, even if it was tiring. Well, we appreciate you for sure. It was a really good day.
Well, Stephen, you also got a awesome shirt from Walter today, and that shirt is so cute.
I have a feeling we're going to see that on Stephen's Live tomorrow.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I love it.
And Janice said, I just spent the last 5 hours cutting scraps into usable squares, 1.5 to 4 inches. Wow.
Wow.
You go, girl. Oh, hey, Carl. Welcome. He's back. He said, hi, Stephanie. I'm here. Welcome. I know you just got off of work. Thank you for joining.
Oh, Carl, we're so glad you're here. I am anxious to see your colors.
We were talking about you, so, you know, Carl. We're talking about the colors. We can't wait to see what colors you picked.
We put you on the spot.
Yep. Steven said, only 2 names to put on the blacklist. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Wow.
Except it's not good for the blacklist people because they won't be able to come again. But
Oh, well.
that's their fault. They should have emailed him.
Yep. Stephen doesn't ask for much. It's very plain, simple.
Right.
Communication.
I'm sorry I couldn't stay long, Stephen, but I enjoyed what I did get.
But you showed up. That's the important thing.
I did.
Yep.
And everybody enjoyed having you. So.
Yep.
Yep.
Hi, Nikki. Good to see you. And Ingrid said, it's always such a fun day during Stephen's retreats. Thank you, Stephen, for all the work you do. And Stephen said, you will see the shirt on the live for sure. Awesome.
Oh, good. Yay. Hey, where's my book?
And if you guys are interested in seeing the process of how a men's button-up shirt is made, Stephen and Walter have been doing a series on their channel where Stephen learns to make a shirt from Walter, because Walter is the garment sewer. And it's been really interesting. So go watch it.
I should show them the shirt that I made for Mo when we got married. I made him the shirt that he wore and my dress.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'd love to see that.
My dress is long gone, but I still have his shirt.
Oh, did you get rid of it? He said, no, Bev, you're not on the list.
Oh, good. Thank you.
And Ingrid or Russ, can you put exclamation Stephen so people can find Stephen's channel for me? Thank you. You moderators, love you. Thank you. You're awesome. And Shelby said, big thanks for recommending Quilter's Dream cotton batting. I've been using in the past month with my small quilts, and it's so nice on the long arm. It is. That's why I tell everybody, Shelby, to use Quilter's Dream. It's so nice. So, Laura-Lynn, great to see you. And Stephen said, and we haven't killed each other yet, so. You could have made the series a little more interesting, Stephen, and at least one of you cut off the other one's finger or something.
No.
I know, just kidding.
They might not have been able to get the blood out of the cotton. It would ruin the quilting material.
Right, for sure. Well, I was going to say it is close to Halloween time. And even though I don't really do Halloween, you know, they have a lot of that fake blood and stuff. They could have faked it.
Stephen would be passed out. He hates blood.
I know.
He wouldn't make it very far.
Janice said, I enjoyed Stephen and Walter's session with the invisible pocket. Great video. All right. Now, I'm going to lay out my pieces. All right, so I've got all my half square triangles done finally. They just always take a while. So now I'm going to just lay out my pieces, and you're basically building this block in quadrants. So it's the same 4 quadrants, and then you just turn them when you put them together. But this block is one that uses 2 of the green accent fabrics, and then the other 2 just need the other 2 pieces need a solid background rectangle. I'm gonna grab those, and then I need some background squares. So I'm gonna lay these out in layers. So I'm gonna put all my rectangles on top of each other. And then I'm gonna put all my squares on top of each other, because each quadrant is made the exact same way. So for the middle row of the quadrant, all your half square triangles are going to be going the same way with the print on the bottom left. And then the next row is a little bit different. And let me move this, scooch this up a little bit so you guys can see that a little bit better. So basically, if you lay them out like this, this is how you're going to make each quadrant. And so I'm going to sew the rows together first, or the pieces to put the rows together first, and then we'll sew all the rows together. But I usually keep them stacked like this to keep them all in the right order, because if I don't, I'm liable to turn one and have to bring out Jack.
I did that for you, Stephanie. I just finished.
Oh, did you?
I usually lay it out like you did, but I want to see what one of these blocks is going to look like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it kind of messes you up when you do it that way.
But if you can see this at home, you can see this is starting to turn into the petal there. And then this will end up being the pinwheel in the center once we put all 4 quadrants together. Lydia said, wonder where I can get Quilter's Dream by the bolt at a decent price in Canada. Only seem to find hubs. That I'm not sure, Lydia. Do you have any ideas, Stephen? Have you ever used Quilter's Dream or come across it in Canada? I know you do a lot of quilt shop reviews. Susan said the pocket was painful, but the rest was great. Awesome. And Lydia said, wonder if Customs would bat an eye if I squeeze a bolt of batting in my beetle on my way back from the Georgia retreat. Depending on how big of a bolt you get, Lydia, it might be sticking out your trunk.
Disguise it, Lydia. Try to put some dress on it and a hat and all that so it looks like a passenger in the back seat.
Gary said, I tried to just order the pattern. I've either ordered it twice or not at all. I will try to look again later. Phone might be acting up. All right, let me look real quick for you. If you're talking about my pattern, you could be talking about the fat quarter shop thing. All right, if you're talking about my pattern, I don't have an order for you. If you're talking about the fat quarter shop thing, I can't help you. Oh, thanks, Carrie. No, it hasn't. There's no order there for you. You might have to do it from a computer and not a phone. Sometimes Etsy doesn't play well with phones. Charlotte said it could be a snowman. Bring a snowman back from Georgia. Steven said, no Quilter's Dream, but Kawartha Quilting usually has good price on Hobbs batting, and they put it on sale often and deliver to the Ottawa area. Awesome.
Okay.
So Bev and Julie, are you guys starchers or non-starchers?
No, I do not starch.
No.
I do starch. It helps me with my cutting. I
Okay.
seem to do a lot better with it. It's
Uh-huh.
it's kind of a process. I hate taking that long to really do it, and I might be overdoing it. I started out using I call it dunking method, and then hang it out on the clothesline
Uh-huh.
and let it dry. And boy, it comes out stiff as cardboard. It does help, but I think I need to kind of. I think I'd rather just. I don't know that I need to just completely soak it. How do you do it, Stephanie? Do you starch?
I don't use starch. I use Best Press.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
And I spray it and then iron my fabric flat. And then I also use, of course, the Acorn, the Magic Juice when I'm piecing too. And that seems to be enough for me.
Okay.
The only time I've ever used starch is if I had a fabric that was sitting folded for a really long time and the Best Press didn't take care of it. So
Okay. I think I'll go back to just putting my starch in a squirt bottle, just spraying it, kind of going that way. I think I kind of like the way it comes out a little bit better. I did. Let me show you. I've never used Best Press, but the Fat Quarter Shop had it on one of their flash sales.
Uh-huh.
So I got this one, and it's peaches and cream.
Okay.
I haven't used it yet, but I'm excited to try it just to see.
Nice.
Yeah. That may be another product I start ordering. Oh, well.
My favorite smell, and this shouldn't surprise anybody, but is the Caribbean beach one because, you know, it's blue and it smells like the ocean.
Yeah, I was going to say, there you go. And maybe it'll get better, but I'm a pinner. I pin.
Nope, I don't pin.
You don't pin either, Bev?
Oh, I don't.
No, I don't either. But you know what? That'll come in time because I pinned everything when I started.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing, just everything.
Yeah, you get used to over time kind of knowing where the tricky spots are going to be and, you know, where to hold things down or not to, and then you don't have to pin anymore, which is good because I don't know what it is, but anytime I use pins or try to hand sew, I'm not like clumsy, but I stick myself every time and I don't want to bleed on my fabric.
Well, no.
If I use anything, I use the Wonder clips.
Yes. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, those are good too.
Okay, let's see. Sylvia said, I think my iron is dying. What would you recommend? Well, that's a kind of a loaded question. So my question is what are you looking to use your iron for? And are you willing to buy 2 different irons? I personally love this little iron that I keep by my table side here. I use for piecing. It's a cordless iron. So much easier when I'm sitting here piecing, especially on camera, to iron my blocks. And it's a very inexpensive iron. I got it on Amazon. It's a steam fast cordless iron, and I think it's like $35 or $40. But for my yardage, I have a pricier iron. I've got the Oliso Pro, the one that goes up and down by itself. And I love that iron. Now, you don't have to spend that much money on an iron, though, and you don't have to get 2 irons, but those are what I use. What do you girls use?
I have the little mini Oliso that I keep right here by my sewing machine. I absolutely love this little iron. And then I have a Panasonic cordless iron and for my yardage, and I really like it.
I have the same thing. I have the mini Alyssa here at my sewing machine. And then I have 2 larger ones. I have a Chi, which has a super nice sharp point. And then I have the Panasonic cordless as well.
Nice. If you can only get 1 iron, though, I do recommend having 2 as a quilter, like a smaller one and then the one for yardage. But if you can only get 1, I would get not the cheapest one, but not the most expensive, somewhere in the middle, and one that gets really hot. A good place to look for irons, if you don't want to get the Oliso, because I know it's pretty expensive, is a warehouse club. I found years ago a really good Rowenta, and Rowenta's a good brand, at a warehouse club. And the nice thing about most warehouse clubs is that they have a guarantee on their electronics. So if you use it for a while and for some reason it dies, you can usually exchange it. So that's a good way also to get an iron, try it out. And if you try it and you don't like it, they'll generally exchange it as well. So anything with the word quilting on it is going to cost more money. So if you're more on a budget, then I would try other things like that, because you can get some good brands at the warehouse clubs.
But I'll tell you something else that I have, Stephanie. I haven't used it in a long time because I'm kind of I love irons. But one of the best ones I've ever had was a Black & Decker. I got it at Walmart. I think I paid $25 for it. And that thing gets hot. And it's
I have heard so many people say that, but it wasn't a recent one, right?
Probably about 5-6 years ago when I bought that one.
Yes, that's about the age where people say their Black & Deckers are amazing.
Yeah.
And people now are going to getting them, and they're like, oh, they're dying after 2 months. And so I don't think they're making them the same.
Yeah.
Which is too bad, you know?
It is, because they've been around forever, but they've probably been sold out. So there you go.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Carl says, I need to put the blue streak back in my hair. I knew you were going to say that, Carl. I am planning on putting blue back in my hair. I just have not gotten around to doing it yet. I know it all finally faded. You can't see it. Actually, it's a little bit there, but you can only see it when my hair is wet because it's so light now. So I need to do that. Stephen asked Julie, is Quilter's Moonshine? Is that what you're doing? Or just plain stuff?
No, I have used the Quilter's Moonshine with the vodka. I put a little starch in it, vodka, smelly stuff. I've done that for a while, but I'll be honest with you, that's a pain in the butt. I mix that stuff and it spills everywhere. So
yeah,
I'd rather just spend a little extra and buy it pre-made.
Yeah. I've heard like you guys on Wednesday talking about that, and I thought about it before, and I thought, you know what? By the time I buy all those ingredients, go to the store, buy all those ingredients, bring them home, make a mess making it, I'm going to be frustrated. I might as well just buy the bottle of Best Press.
That's kind of where I've ended up. That's kind of what I've done. And when I'm out of something, I don't want to take the time to stop and have to mix something up, because I very ADD and I lose interest. So then I quit sewing and I'll go on to something else. And so.
Nice. Yeah. So Carl said the stiletto is his pins. He uses his stiletto. Awesome. I usually use just my fingernail to guide it underneath the thing. Carl said he likes the Panasonic 360 or the Oliso. Sylvia said no space for two. Oh, I understand. That's definitely another issue. So then I would say if you're short on space, maybe the Panasonic 360, because it's cordless and it's on a base. So when you're ironing, you don't have to worry about a cord. So that might be a good one for you. Hi, Lori. Sherlock Sews is here. She said, I have 5 different irons, 1 for clothing, 1 for yardage, the Oliso, a mini Oliso, and 1 for interfacings. That's a good idea. I never thought about having a separate one for interfacings. Huh. Sylvia said, my home is 800 square feet. Oh, yeah. You don't have a ton of space. I get that.
Stephanie, I'm going to mute for.
No problem, hon. Steven said, I just started using the Oliso Mini for small pieces, and I'm loving it. My main iron is an industrial tank iron called Reliable. Yes, that is the brand name. And heck, hi, Catherine. Great to see you. Yay. Lydia said, bought the Whirling Wonder pattern, now to pick fabrics. Awesome. And Sylvia said her Rowenta is 20 plus years old. Yeah, they're workhorses. They last a long time.
I burned up my Rowenta.
Did you?
I tend to forget to turn them off.
Oh, gotcha. You know, it's funny because before I started quilting full time, I think I had maybe 2 irons in my entire life. And since I've been quilting, I've had like at least a half a dozen maybe irons.
Yeah. Yeah, you go through them a whole lot faster.
Sure do. Oh, Stephen said, Julie, if it's a pain in the butt, then you're using it wrong. Oh my goodness. All right, so now I've got my pieces together to make my rose. So I'm just gonna press all of these guys and then we can put our rose together and then put our block together.
And there's another blue one done.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. That looks great. I gotta quit talking. I gotta catch up.
Can't believe I have more made than you do.
I know. I gotta run the show though, so you know.
That's true. Yep, that's true.
Sylvia said Panasonic 360. I'll look at that one. I know a lot of quilters, like Carl was saying, love that that one, Sylvia. So Shelby said, I like the Panasonic. Also, the one with the ceramic plate stays nice and hot. Good. So it sounds like that is a highly recommended iron.
Stephanie, can you see over against my wall? Can you see all my rulers hanging up?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
That was a thing I got from that company called Temu, Temu.
Yes.
And it is the coolest thing because I can just hang them all up there and they're right there at my cutting table and I can see what I've got. And
I'm going to spotlight you so we can see it a little bit better. Oh, that's neat.
well, let me see if I can walk over here a little bit. And
I know a lot of people have ordered from that Temu, and Steven has gotten some pretty cool stuff in there.
let's see here. There we go.
Oh, cool.
Good.
That's nice. Yeah, what a great way to keep everything organized.
Yeah,
That is.
there it is.
You look like you have a quilt shop. You have a ton of rulers.
I know. Yeah, well,
Competition with Steven.
but the thing is, the reason that is because when you put them in a drawer, you don't think you have something and you get another one. And then all of a sudden I have 2 of the same thing.
So true. Yeah.
So this way I can see exactly what I've got.
Yeah. Let's see. Steven said Walter also loves his Panasonic 360. Thank you, Beth, for showing us that. That's cool.
Sure.
Good.
And Jean said, pretty to your block. This lady finished another block while you were gone, Julie.
Oh my gosh. Hold down. Slow down. I'm still in the first one, but I'm making progress.
Good.
Oh my.
That's all right.
Got 2 of the quadrants. I've got 2 of those done.
Awesome.
So I'm on my way.
Steven said that's cool, Bev, that thing that you have the rulers on. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a grid. It's not pegboard, it's a grid.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Okay, now I need my other ones. Uh,
All right. So now we can sew some quadrants together. Yay.
mm-hmm. I'm almost there. Let's see.
So what is everybody at home working on right now? Some of you are probably tired from the day and not working on anything, but glad to have you here. But if you're working on something, let us know what you're working on. Oh, I did want to ask for everybody who's here, is anybody going to Quilt Festival in Houston? I will be at Quilt Festival, so if you are too, come find me.
Oh, that would be neat.
That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe next year.
I know you can't go this year.
She'll be raring to go next year, though.
You will. I'm looking forward to sharing all the quilts with you guys because I'm going to take some video.
Oh, that'll be great.
Yeah. Now I have a friend that has a couple quilts for a special exhibit there, so
Oh,
I'm looking forward to seeing those in person. That's going to be great.
if I wouldn't have retired, it would have been very simple for me to go because I run around Houston in my truck all the time.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Very cool.
Yeah, I was down there quite a bit. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But to be honest with you, I'm really enjoying my home time.
Good.
Look at what I've got into.
We're enjoying it too because we have your company.
Well, thank you. You know, I got quilts hanging everywhere now. Exciting.
Let's see. Charlotte says she's relaxing. Awesome. And Carl said he's cutting and trimming half square triangles because he's working on this. And Susie said she's laying on the couch with a glass of wine. Nice. Awesome. And then Sylvia said FPPing dragon fruit. Awesome. Another dragon fruiter.
Yay.
Bye, Kathy. Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. And Shelby said shopping online. And yes, I ordered dragon fruit and some more batting. We'll put another small quilt on my long arm in a bit. Awesome. So Shelby got to order, Math Geek, she got to order or got to purchase her long arm at QuiltCon, and I got to be there when she ordered it. I was so excited for her.
Oh, yes.
It was so fun.
That is exciting.
I happened to run into her at the booth, and I said, "What you doing?" She goes, "Buying a long arm." I was like, "Oh, yeah."
That's great.
Yeah. And Janice said, I'm hand quilting on my Florence Flamingo quilt, almost halfway finished. Awesome.
Ooh.
That sounds cute. So Julie, did you say you're a hand quilter?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I ever did was hand quilt for a long time. And I would say maybe 15 years ago, I went into a quilt shop and they had the old wooden Grace quilting frame.
Okay.
And they had a Juki sitting on it. That was my first introduction to, I guess you could say, machine quilting. And I was so amazed. So I went home and I called, I cannot remember what her name was, but anyway, it was through the Grace company. I paid for my whole setup, and I can do king size quilts and my little dookie, and I think I paid a little over $4,000 15 years ago, and that's what I sew on now. I just recently bought a little Rebel, and I thought I'd give that a try. I kind of wish I would have done what you had talked about, going ahead and buying the big long arm.
Big one, yeah.
And I still may do that, but heck, I haven't even taken it out of the box. So I have finished a lot of those quilts on that little dookie. All I do is meander because I give most of my quilts to veterans and people in need, that kind of thing. And when I was on the truck, I pieced. I told you I pieced on the truck, and then I'd come home, I'd finish them, and I usually carry 15 to 20, just small quilts. And it didn't matter what state I was in. If it was New York, Connecticut, Michigan, it didn't matter. If I saw somebody that just, I felt needed it, touched my heart for some crazy reason, I just handed them a quilt. So I have quilts all over the United States.
That's so sweet.
I do kind of miss that part because I feel like I might have brightened somebody's day, and that was my goal. I'm tender that way.
Julie, my husband was a truck driver, and he used to carry boxes of socks. And he would hand out socks.
That's awesome. I love it. See? And that's something that they need.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people say, oh, well, they're pandering or whatever. You know what? I don't have that right to judge, and I don't judge anybody. I don't care. When you touch my heart, that's all that mattered. And I made somebody smile.
Cold feet are cold feet. It doesn't matter who they belong to.
Exactly. And I will say this, and this with your husband being a trucker. Truck drivers are very generous that way. A lot of times we can't so much now, but back in the day, if we had extra produce or food that maybe the vendor didn't take, they would write it off and they'd let us do whatever we wanted with it. Nothing was wrong with it. So I always tried to seek out people that needed it and give it to them. Never throw it away.
Yeah, I would imagine if Mo was alive today, he'd probably be carrying some of my quilts with him to hand out.
Yeah.
Yep. That's a wonderful feeling. I had and it wasn't a good experience for me. So I kind of just do things on my own. I made a quilt of valor, and it I understand that they had specific requirements. I didn't really know that at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of hurt my feelings because I come from a military family. I have a son that's in the Air Force, and I love our military. And so I just kind of hung my head and came home with it. And then I thought, you know what? I can still service our military. So we do two things. You can always find them at a VFW.
Yes.
I don't care. I don't have to have a specific requirement.
Yeah.
And I do lots of scrap quilts. So that worked out. So I got that, which makes me happy. And then my husband and I have a very large farm,
Mm-hmm.
and we live up in the national forest. And of course, everybody's always wanting to hunt, but you can only hunt our land if you are a veteran. And that is our way of giving back.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time we have two that come from Alabama, one from Georgia, and one from Florida.
Okay.
And they are have all been wounded and all have some kind of special need. And
Mm-hmm.
so it's really neat because we can accommodate them. They don't have the pressures of, public land or whatever. And you have to be military status. So it's kind of exciting.
Oh, that's awesome, Julie.
Yeah, I have made and given several what I call quilts of valor outside the organization because I give from my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I make what I want to and give to whom I want to.
Mm-hmm.
I just think for me, and I'm not knocking anybody's organization, but you have to apply to get one of those. To me, that doesn't have the same meaning, but for the organization, maybe it does.
Well, they can have what they want, and I do what I want.
Yeah,
that's true.
And everybody's happy. That's me. That's what I like about our group on Wednesday. Everybody does something different.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter.
Through meeting Rob, I met I had already known Mark, the Quilting Marine, if you guys know him.
Yes.
And I also got to meet Andrew, the combat quilter.
Oh.
And he does that. He does a lot of quilts of valor. He focuses on that because obviously he's a veteran and he's actually still in service in the National Guard. Mm-hmm. But he will take quilts that people have made for Quilt of Valor, but that aren't like the right size, and he'll give them to veterans anyway, just like you were saying.
I love it. See, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you know how we were talking earlier at the end of Stephen's live today, what quilting does for us mentally and stuff. I do know that the Quilting Marine, that really helps him with his PTSD.
Yes. Yep. It does.
And that's great.
It does.
That's great. It's just amazing. Quilters are just amazing people.
Mm-hmm. My friend did 2 tours in Vietnam.
Uh-huh.
And as you all know, when those soldiers came home, they were not given a hero's welcome home.
No, they weren't.
No, they were not.
And they were not recognized. And I made him a quilt of valor with his time of service on and all that. And he cried when I gave it to him.
Oh, bless his heart.
It was just like 5 years ago. And he said, nobody ever cared that I was over there and that I made it home safe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you gave him that little piece of, I appreciated you and I care.
Mm-hmm. And right. That will stay with him.
Yep. And there's many, many people that have that same experience, that they've never received recognition for their service.
No.
And to me, as a quilt maker, that to me is such a small gesture that we can do something like that.
Yeah.
For their super huge, enormous sacrifice for us.
Yeah.
Well, I will make you laugh about this, Stephanie. I did order, the dragon fruit,
Yes.
and I noticed that they have a kit for beginners if you don't have all the supplies.
Hmm?
Did you see that box? Okay. Well, I have everything, and I don't even pay for fees. I'm telling you, it's
That
crazy.
is funny, Julie.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
know you're a dedicated quilter when you're a beginner and they said, here's a beginner kit and you already have it all. Oh, that's funny.
I think somebody else is buying this stuff and just stashing it in my sewing room.
Julie caught the quilting bug.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Now, Julie, well, I've heard your story about quilting, but Beth, how long have you been quilting for?
Actually, only since really quilting, only since 2018.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Prior to that, I did make some memory quilts for people, not knowing what I was doing, but I did them.
Uh-huh.
And the first one I ever made was out of Moe's shirts. After he died,
Uh-huh.
I made myself a little lap quilt out of his shirts. And but actually following a pattern and piecing and putting it together, sandwiching it and quilting it was not until 2018.
Okay.
Wow.
But I was a garment sewer since I was about 10.
Okay.
So you're real comfortable with the sewing machine.
Oh, yeah.
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 I learned on my grandmother's treadle machine.
Wow. That's awesome.
What do you sew on now?
Brother.
Okay.
Everything I have is a brother, except my long arm.
I think that's what Russ uses, our brothers.
Yes, he does.
I have Juki's, Denomi. I have an enormous collection of vintage.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. I hadn't really told you, but I guess I could go ahead and tell you. I have over 53 machines.
Whoa.
How many?
53.
I don't feel so bad with my 5.
Oh, and it's pitiful. I live in a very small old farmhouse. It's just my husband and I, all the kids are gone. And he enables me when he sees something he thinks I might like. If he's out and about, he brings it home. So it's not all my fault. And he don't have a clue about sewing.
Wow.
But we've only been married 12 years. And when I married him, everything that I owned fit in his little pickup. That's all I had. Clothes wise.
Yeah.
Then he had to go back with his big truck and big horse trailer and pick up all my sewing stuff.
All right. I think you win the award for the most sewing machines. I've never heard of anybody having that many.
Oh my goodness. I have to, I've got them all over the house and stuff in places. I've calmed down. I'm not doing anymore. I think I have 6 treadle machines from all different eras.
Oh, wow.
But I only own 1 featherweight.
Okay.
But a lot of them, people they throw them away. They give them to me. I just, them old vintage machines like the Kenmores and stuff. Wow. Them things are heavy duty.
Yes, they are.
And I do sew on them, believe it or not.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's a little ridiculous, though. I think I'm a bit obsessive, would you say?
Maybe a little. That's all right, though. We all have our thing. It's better than drugs or alcohol.
That's right. This is my vice.
Charlotte said, that's awesome, Julie. And Susie said, I nominated my brother for a Quilt of Valor and he received one, a touching ceremony. Awesome.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. And Shelby said, Julie has all the machines.
Yeah, y'all need a machine, just holler at me. I could probably hand deliver.
And Lori said, holy cow. And Charlotte said, wowza, Julie.
I know.
And Celie said, Julie, I'm picking my jaw up off the floor.
I think I need to go to one of those meetings and say, hi, I'm Julie. I have a machine fetish or whatever.
You need SMA, Sewing Machines Anonymous.
But I did teach myself how to work on them.
Oh, good.
Ones. Yeah, so I can, well, they're so simple compared to the computerized ones. I couldn't do that.
Yeah. I think that's why I like my mechanical machine so much, because it's easy. I said, I think that's why I like my mechanical machine so much, because it's easy to take care of.
Yes.
Yeah. So here's a block.
She's got one completed. Oh, pretty, pretty. Well, I got one more to finish and then put all my quadrants together. Oh, that'll be pretty.
Nice.
Two of them together. Yeah, I really want to get one done. I'm loving these colors.
This is so peaceful. I wish I could get it done and take it to the hospital with me.
Aww.
But I can't because my long arm is not set up yet. So
that's true. That's true. And I know you have a pile to long arm, but maybe this will be the first one you long arm.
Yeah.
How long are you expected to stay in the hospital, Miss Bev?
If all goes well, he's telling me just 3 days.
Wow. That's wonderful.
Yeah, I'm not real crazy about, they're going to do robotic surgery.
Yep.
And, everybody's trying to tell me that that's so much better and it's so much easier to recuperate. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking, if they did one incision and they opened me up and they took it out and they closed it up, that's one time. Mm-hmm. With robotic, there's 4 holes plus an incision.
Yeah.
Oh.
How can that be better?
Yeah, and hopefully they won't. When I had, and this is nothing compared to what you're going through, but when I had my gallbladder removed, they did the robotic and they made all those holes. So I was like, I had like holes all over my abdomen, right?
Oh.
So for a while I had scars, but they couldn't, my gallbladder was so messed up that, Bev is gone.
Here.
My gallbladder was so messed up that they actually had to then stop that and cut me open anyway. So
wow.
So I had all these punctures plus, like you said.
Well, you look lovely.
Yeah, it's I'm sorry, I'm just old fashioned and I still can't see how 5 is better than 1, but okay. I don't understand new math at all.
Yeah, no.
What in the heck have I done?
Oh, good night, Carrie. Thank you for coming and staying. I know it's a long day. Appreciate it. And Celie said, lovely to our blocks. Thank you. And Charlotte said, Julie's Sewing Machine Museum.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jean.
Okay, I've got one more.
Oh, you guys, I'm so excited about seeing how these blocks are coming out.
Oh, they're beautiful.
Yes.
I'm having a ball. I'm on my last one, and then I only have 2 to put together. So
nice.
To be soon.
Laura said 5 holes is better than 1. I've had the gallbladder surgery.
I don't know. I had when I had a hysterectomy, I had the one incision, the bikini cut. 6 weeks I was up and at 'em and I was fine. So I don't know. But you can't force them to do what they don't know how to do anymore.
That's true. I also wonder if they think the robotics are better for an infection point of view, like less hands in there or something, you know?
He says it's because he can see I was afraid they can't see very well with just a little camera. And
they can see a lot of those, yeah.
He said it magnifies the area in there by 3 times, so he can see that much better. But the bottom line is, if it turns out that there's a complication, or if the cyst is bigger or attached somewhere that they don't expect it to be, then he will end up having to do the incision and go in by hand. So who knows? Whatever. We shall see. It will all be over with by this time next week.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Landis said her gallbladder surgery was breastbone to navel.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Wow. That was way too big of an incision they made.
Wonder why so much.
I guess the good thing, Bev, if it works that way, the robotics, the holes are small. They're like an inch, so they're not too big.
Yeah. Well, and then of course, they're taking the nodule. There's a nodule in my left lung. So that's going to come out the first week of December. So then I'll have 4 more holes.
Oh no.
It'd be nice if they just do it all at once.
Yeah, well, I have a niece that said that, but obviously that can't happen.
That might be really hard on your body.
Yes,
well,
that's what I think.
Apparently the lung one will be actually in my side, through the rib cage. But the other one will be in my abdomen. So I said, boy, it's a good thing I didn't order a bikini for this summer. I think my bikini days are over.
People are going to think you went through a war.
Yeah, I can compare wounds with veterans, right? The human body is such an amazing creation. God knit every little part of it with a purpose. So I'm sure it will all work out fine.
Well, you got a lot of people pulling for you, so I'm sure it will.
Thank you. And in the end, I know whose I am. So,
yeah. Bev, did you have all your Haskell triangles made before?
I did. I was all ready to assemble today.
Awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I spent several days last week cutting and putting together and making my stuff so I would be ready. Because I don't know how many days it'll be before I can get back down here to sew, but I did.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I didn't want to have to cut and sew.
Yeah.
Because I can always take this upstairs to finish sewing if I can't come down the steps.
Yeah. Which I imagine for a while, at least, they're going to be a little tricky.
Well, you know, what's funny is he said, now I don't want you going home and laying around. He said, I want you up walking around and exercising. So I guess he thinks I must be Wonder Woman or something at
Well,
my age.
Well, you did go to a retreat a week after you had a heart attack. So there's that.
Oh my word!
Well, this
You're amazing. Wow.
he said I could.
I know. So Julie, the backstory with that is Bev came to my Georgia retreat last year, and I knew she had like a heart issue. I thought she had a stent placed.
Uh-huh.
And she showed up to the retreat anyway, because I was like, are you sure you can come? She's like, yeah, he told me to go do stuff. Well, she just recently, and that's not her fault because she just learned recently, but she's like, oh yeah, it was a heart attack. I was like, what?
Yeah, they did not tell me it was a heart attack when I was in the hospital. They just said it was blockage.
Oh my.
But then when all of my medical records were transferred up here to Pennsylvania, my primary care said, well, tell me about this heart attack. I said, I didn't have a heart attack. She
Oh
said,
my.
yes, you did. Okay.
And she calls me and tells me this, and I'm like, what? You came to my retreat after you just had a heart attack? She goes, I didn't know.
Wow.
But I didn't do stairs except for meals.
Yeah, that's true.
I was pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, you went to a retreat after a heart attack. You're going to fly through this surgery with no problem.
That's what I said.
You have a good attitude, and that's, to me, 95% of it.
Absolutely it is. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Robert said he had a gallbladder procedure. I was in 2 different hospitals, total of 2 months. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
what did they do to you, Robert?
They missed a stone or 2, didn't they, Robert?
Wow. Landa said, my recent surgery, the surgeon couldn't use the same incision, so now I have 2 big ones. The surgeon told me no more bikinis.
Oh.
And Carl said, now it's time to assemble. Awesome. He's assembling a block.
Oh, yay. I'm anxious to see the colors. Make sure, Carl, you post it on the Facebook page.
Oh, he will. I know it. That's awesome. Bronca said, thank you all you ladies for just wonderful. Enjoyed you so much. Oh, thank you. We have fun together.
We do indeed.
Oh my goodness. Robert said he had to actually have 4 different gallbladder procedures, but only have 3 barely visible punctures. I hope they finally took that thing.
Oh my word. That's awful.
Yeah.
Do you have students operating on you?
I know, right?
Wow. Okay, last one. Let's see any. Oh, last quadrant. I'll be up all night. I'm thinking about making me a pot of coffee, and I'll just stay up and keep sewing. This is going to be one amazing quilt because of the colors that I chose.
I can't wait to see your block.
I know. I'm so excited. I'm almost there.
Awesome.
All right.
Oh, hi, Mary. She said, hi, Stephanie and friends. I'm late.
Hi, Mary.
I'm here with my friend Bev and my friend Julie, and we are just sewing up my new pattern, Whirling Wonder. Mary said, I can't wait to see all the colors. Me too. I'm so excited.
Okay. Where's the other?
If you're in the chat and you haven't joined my Facebook group yet, and you are on Facebook, because I know some of you aren't, that's all right. I put the link in the chat. Love to have you join. You just have to answer a couple questions to be let in. And we'd love for you to share your projects, whether it's my project or just something you're working on. We all get inspiration from looking at everybody's projects. So we'd love to have you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now this one's gonna go. Oh.
I love seeing what people post and the colors they pick because it inspires me to look at other colors that I might not have considered.
Mm-hmm. That one. Use that one. Okay. And this one's gonna get turned.
Well, I never would have thought to do the cozy star in anything but the red, green, and white or the blue and white.
Uh-huh.
So Carl's just blew my mind.
Oh,
I
wasn't that
know.
amazing?
His was amazing.
Wow.
I love how different people just think so differently from me. And I never, ever would have picked those fabrics, but they're so good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Then this one's supposed to go.
Oh, Carl said, thank you guys. You're welcome. I love how you can play with colors, Carl. It amazes me. Robert said I was in St. Francis in Tulsa. Then they took me to Mercy in Oklahoma City. I know where that's at because I lived in Edmond. He said 2 procedures to get the gallbladder out. Oh my gosh. And 1 procedure for a stent. And then the 4th procedure to remove the stent. Good Lord, they butchered you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to tell them you only get 1 try.
Yeah.
I hope they kept you on some of that good feeling pain medicine for a while.
Right. Seriously.
Golly. That's a bit much to go through.
For a gallbladder, nonetheless.
How long ago was that?
I know. That just sounds like torture. That's terrible.
Did you make the doctor mad or something? Or the nurse?
Oh, goodness. Karen asked, did I have the Cozy Quilt slideshow? I did not, and there's a reason. Because I had one more person that said, please wait, please. But I gave them a deadline of tomorrow because I want to put it up on Monday. So it's coming, I promise. Thank you for asking that question. I actually was going to mention that, and I completely forgot. So thank you, Karen, for asking.
I'm so glad I got mine done. Actually, I liked it because it forced me to stay on it.
Yeah.
And get it done.
Awesome.
And I'm happy I did because, I just absolutely love it.
Oh, good.
Yep.
You did a beautiful job.
Well, thank you. That fabric in that, of course, I told you I used the same value. The background, the white is Essex linen.
Oh, nice.
And then the rest of it, I have some batik in there and just regular quilting cotton. But then I also have a 100% linen men's shirt that I found at the thrift store because I love to quilt with linen. Mm-hmm. And that's in there too.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. And it was in the same color value. So I was pretty happy with it.
Robert said first procedure things were too bad. Sent me to Oklahoma City specialist. Okay. And Mary said, Julie, I love the witch's hat.
Thank you. That's a Tracy's pattern from Rope and Anchor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Robert said 3 years ago, and yes, I had every pain med imaginable. I hope so.
Yeah. You went
You
through
deserve it after all that. Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Susie said, I love linen. It feels so nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, here's the last one that has just one green on it.
Oh, pretty.
That's pretty.
That's pretty. That is so sweet. That's like the sweetest block.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's the pink and blue and green. The peach.
Yes.
I guess more of a peach than a pink. I like it.
I like it too.
So now I have all 4 that have just one green.
All right.
And I have the center one, which is 4 green.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
So
Now,
now down to the last 4 that have 2 green on them. Are you ready yet, Julie?
I'm sewing the last quadrant to this other one, and then just put the 2 together, and I'm done.
Awesome.
I'm
Awesome.
hurrying.
No, you're fine. I was waiting till you're done. Then we'll go after that because my kids are going to be like, where'd my mom go?
Oh gosh. Hey, you know what, Steph? How about if I just post it in the Facebook
Nope.
page?
Nope, we want to see it.
Hold
Yeah.
on.
I got to see it before I go in the hospital.
That's right.
Oh, Miss Bev, you're so precious. Okay, I'm hurrying. I don't
No,
want
you
to.
don't hurry. You're fine. I'm going to keep us while
Yeah,
you're
but
doing
I
that.
also remember what it's like to have little ones. I'm hungry, Mom. Kids don't like to wait.
Old Pennsylvania Dutch saying, the hurrier I go, the behinder I get.
That's true because that's when you make mistakes, right?
Yep.
I'd have been done, but I'll make a true confession. I had to use Jack again. Well, it's because I'm like Stephanie. It's easier for me to lay it all out, but I was so anxious to see one block.
Uh-huh.
So, but
No worries. We're going to keep it going until you are done.
okay.
And Russ said, mail carrier just dropped off junk mail. I guess I have to wait for a second pass for parcels. Oh, man.
What?
He's waiting I sent him a birthday present, and because of the holiday, it got delayed, and then it sat in Atlanta for a few days instead of going to him in Marietta, which is just outside of Atlanta. So, it's very late, and I apologize. I'm sorry, Russ.
Oh.
Well, you can't do anything about
I know.
what they do in the postal system.
Yep.
Carl said, I oopsied. I need to cut the 4-color 3.5-inch squares. Oh. And
Okay.
Karen said, beautiful blocks, Bev.
Thank you.
Hey, just hang on, y'all. Just a few more seconds.
No, you're fine, sweetheart.
I got one more. This seam right here. I'm putting it under the needle right now. Give it a quick press, and you can see it.
Russ, next time I'm going to send it FedEx so it gets there quicker and you can have a visit from the FedEx man.
Yeah. You need to help him out.
Yep. I'll just send you an empty box and the FedEx man will be your birthday present.
Wow, that's what I call a true friend. I love it. I love it.
He said the FedEx guy wouldn't make him wait.
What did I do?
Oh.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
we're gonna do it on Facebook because I can't
Okay.
believe I just did this. Look at what I did. Why did I do that?
Oh, you set him in a row.
Oh,
Okay,
Julie.
y'all. This is what not to do. But
Do not do this. Do not talk and try to sew. So,
The
Y'all,
colors are
with
beautiful.
but the
Let's
colors are absolutely gorgeous.
yeah, look at those colors.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So let's let Stephanie feed the kiddos. I'll fix my mistakes and I will post on Facebook. And Miss Bev,
Yes.
you're in my prayers, sweetheart. Come back kicking.
Thank you. I will do that.
She will too. I know her.
Yep.
Okay, y'all.
All right, hang on. Let me get rid of this thing. I
Oh
can.
my God, I can't believe I did that.
It's all right.
I love it. I
Nothing
can
that's
laugh at myself.
nothing that's not fixable. It's all right.
That's right.
All right, y'all. Thank you to everybody who came and stayed. I know it's been a really long day because y'all were at Stephen's retreat and then you came here. So thank you so much. Let's see. You're getting a few giggles, but they love the colors, Julie. So that's awesome. But thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you to Julie and Bev. Hang on just a minute there after I stop this.
Okay.
But we will see you next week right here on my live at 5. I will have Russ as my guest.
Oh,
And I will be sewing up the next month of the Bumbleberry Pie block of the month. Because, yes, I have a million blocks of the month going because I'm nuts like that. But thank you all, and we will see you soon. Take care and have a wonderful week. Bye.
Bye.
bye.